Hey guys, Nicholai I'm here, back at you with another video. This time we're going to be assessing just one example of why monarchy tends to be a better system than other forms of government. Now, I want to make this clear that I'm using an example that is intentionally non-Christian, right? And the reason for that is because I want to maximize how much better it would be if it was under a righteous king that was a Christian monarch. But if it's even better, if it's good under a pagan monarch, imagine how much better it would be under them. The principles of monarchism are consistent throughout history and can be applied to other forms of government as well, though not as effective. Now, I want to take a look here. Tax revenue of the Korean Empire during 1895 to 1905. And then this is how much they spent each year, okay? So the Korean Empire spent 4.5 million, or it took in 4.5 million in revenue and spent 3.2 million. Now, 4.5 minus 3.2, that is a $1.3 million surplus in the first year, okay? And then their second year was the only year out of every single year here, was the only year where they did not have a surplus. And it wasn't even by that much. So that is about 1 point, carry it. That's basically 0.3. So you minus 0.3 there. So you're basically at 1 million surplus after the first 2 years, okay? After that, it's consistently a decent surplus every single year. Now imagine any government on earth having this good of a surplus consistently in its entire existence. Now, the Korean Empire tragically was not a long-lived empire due to the Japanese killing the queen. And the king being basically abdicating after that. He was heartbroken because that was the love of his life, and she was a firebrand. She was one of the core people that was helping bring a lot of money and imports and goods into Korea, which worried the Japanese government at the time. The king was competent, but not nearly as good as the queen, frankly. But that being said, through his support of his wife, he was a better monarch than he would have been without his wife, right? So that just goes to show a good woman can bring out the best in a man. So, but this is just one example of how monarchies consistently show a more responsible fiscal policies because the money they bring in is their money, right? Like any money that is any debt that is earned is the debt of the king as well. Any money that is surplus and above the amount that he has earned is the king's as well in a sense. Now it's the people's too, but it's the king as well. The king is the representative of the entire nation, right? And that is just one little short example of why monarchism is the more consistent and better system. And as you can see, by the way, I just want to point out one more thing. You see here that the surpluses were increasing, even towards the later days of its existence. Before, they were barely squeaking by with the surplus, but as time went on, those surpluses started growing. So they were on the right trajectory, and it's very clear that they were destroyed for that success. And so this is one of the reasons why I'm a huge advocate for bringing back the monarchy in Korea. And I certainly hope that happens within my lifetime. Even though I am not ethnically Korean, I would love to see the Korean people bring back their cultural heritage, which is monarchism. All right, guys. Have a great day. God bless.